Good morning, Anna. It's really good to meet you. Thank you for your welcome here. And today we're going to be talking about the business plan that you have developed for repaying the kindness and how that links into the Buddhist Centre here.
We basically just completed our business plan. It's about a 25 to 30 page document, and it's taken us about 8 months to a year to really complete it, and we actually work on it regularly. So I'd say the key things that you need in your business plan are your vision and mission, and that's incredibly important because that feeds into funding. You know, if you've got a clear vision and mission statement, you know, that's the first thing all funders ask, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's the point of you? And in your business plan, that's where you make it crystal clear. So that's one of the really important things to start with.
Can I ask you, is that where you'd put in how that links in with Buddhist faith values and beliefs and things like that? Or would you say it permeates the whole thing?
I would say it permeates the whole thing. One of the things that we talked about earlier was motivation. You know, and we really feel that, you know, in Buddhism that's a really important thing, and in RTK that's incredibly important. Why are we doing this? Why are we giving up our time to do this? Why do volunteers come and help us? You know, and I think that in the mission statement and in the business plan is really reflected. You need your vision and mission. You need all your legal stuff like we are a charity, this is when we incorporated, these are our trustees, that kind of background. And then actually you do need a background for the project. So you need to let people know how it developed, where it came from, but nice and concise. And then you've got your aims and objectives. Other things that you can include in your business plan is it SWOT?
Yes.
It's called strengths and weaknesses, and you know, basically really analysing. You know, just really analysing it. The thing is, it's not wrong to kind of look at what's not good. In fact, that's the most healthy thing to do, because you really can just, you know, you can just derive so much learning from it. And I think that's, and you know, Buddhism as well. You know, criticism is like gold dust. It's like, this is fabulous. How are we going to learn from this? How are we going to develop? So that area is really important to analyse as well. We've got a marketing strategy in ours because we felt that the whole project needs to be lifted to a higher level in terms of just connecting with more people, getting more publicity, that whole kind of thing. And then we've got a funding strategy, looking at, you know, how much funding we've got coming in, when's it going out, when does it stop, and then a table of kind of who we're looking for funding from. And you know, don't be afraid to say, you know, we applied for funding and we failed. You know, that's fine, that should be in your business plan, because you never know in a couple of years' time, you may reapply and, you know, you've planted a seed, and you need to remember that. The other thing about the business plan is that it makes it detached from the individuals. I mean, because although it's, you know, you live with it, you work with it, it enables me to go away, or, you know, to leave the project and say to someone, here's the business plan, this is what's going on, change it, develop it, but you know these are the things that we have felt have been the most important, and that's something we really wanted to do, because the project was kind of very based on individuals and individuals' ideas, which is fabulous, but actually when you share that collectively, and with the trustees as well, it's really, it was a great process, I think, for us to kind of make an entity of its own.
So did you work through it with the trustees? Were they involved in writing it?
They weren't involved in writing it, but they did give feedback and comment on it, and you know, I think it was just a real way of us kind of asserting that we wanted to bring the professionality in, kind of, and not lose that kind of loving kindness that is central to the project, but actually to stabilise that light, you know, to put a really solid, you know, structure around it so that we could protect, you know, this amazing product that we've developed. So we also had a kind of what we would like to do over the next 10 years.
A
real aspirational plan to, you know, things like piloting the meditation program, being able to do more kind of educational outings, developing a program for young carers, online presence, you know, all of those kind of things that, I mean, they're part of all of the business plan, but at the end we really just kind of consolidated that and really gave it, you know, this is what we want for the future.
Did you include anything in it about the staff requirements?
we talked a lot about our partners and trying to provide these taster sessions because what we have is so unique with the meditation and relaxation and the general ethos and kind of running of the project. So we talked, we basically analysed all of the, not our competitors, but the people who we have worked with, the people who we haven't worked with. That definitely was important. And then we've got a small bit on the staff, just in terms of myself and Bella's experience and what we feel we can bring to the project. Because the SWOT analysis is important for the business, but it's also important as an individual. And again, I think that's something that Buddhism, being based in this centre, although we're a non-religious organisation, has really allowed us to do, because we're really willing to work with ourselves, to reflect honestly on where our strengths and our weaknesses lie. We worked with a consultant that was provided by one of our funders. She wasn't there to do the business planning, but we said, the two things we want is helping with fundraising and business planning. So she really enabled us. She was very straight down the line for our business. She's been in the sector for a long time. There's one book called, I think it's called How to Change the World, and it's by Craig Deffen, I think. Okay. But basically, as you read the book, he helps you to write a business plan. So you get to the end of the chapter, it's like, just jot these things down. And then halfway through, it's like, so you're halfway through your business plan. You're like, am I? Has it got legs? Is it a runner? All these kind of things. And one of the aspects that we've also focused on is this idea of social enterprise. So obviously we're a charity, but we really feel that we want to develop programs that are financially sustaining.
You talked about the heart of the purpose of the project and what you're aiming to do. How would you say the business plan has helped or is helping you to both protect that and achieve it?
Well, I think it's just, it really helps us to stay focused. You can run these events, but actually if your staff don't have security, if the project isn't secure, if you haven't really clarified how you're going to improve it, it's one of those things like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you haven't said, these are the things we need to improve and this is how we're doing it, you kind of just,
all over the place.
And we all know community projects are all over the place. But you don't lose that when you have a business. It's not like suddenly everyone turns up in a suit and you're like, we have a business plan, it's fabulous. It's not like that. It's a real, and for us it's been a really organic process. And it just really, I think it really protects what's most valuable. So people shouldn't be scared. It's very empowering. It's very important, and it brings people together because everyone can buy in to the idea and the vision.
And take responsibility for bits of it within the timelines and things, can't they?
Exactly. So I think it's
a good thing to do.
It's a wonderful process. very, very important. If you really want to develop something that's sustainable and positive, and also the whole aspect of evaluating the work. In terms of all faith organisations and community, we can often get not distracted by the things going on around us, but to work out how we can serve the community best, maintain our principles and ideals, and provide something solid, regulated and efficient. And it's that combination which often, I know around here sometimes it's like, seems really crazy, but it gives you that kind of, it's almost your ship to sail with, and I think that's really important because everyone flies their own flag, and a business plan should be like that. It should have your stamp on it, your kind of, feelings and the way you want it to be. So it's a very personal document to the project.